Hola! Welcome to Sexy After Dark, episode 5. Joining with me today is my girl Malene. Yes, I work at a salon and I'm gonna hook her up a little later. So today's topics are forgiving our parents for mistakes they made before conception, selfies, and that whole light skin versus dark skin thing. We got a lot going on today, so I think that's gonna be a hot topic. Okay, so to start with the first topic, growing up, my twin brother had strong animosity towards my mom about decisions that she made before she knew she was having children. And I figured had she known that her decisions were going to negatively affect us, she would have never made them. However, he didn't see it like that. At least not until he became incarcerated. And then one day he writes me a letter and he's like, bro, I finally understand what you were talking about. You know, he had so much hate towards my mom and just blamed her for so much stuff. And he was like, his two children were born while he was in prison. And he was like, I understand what you're talking about because now my kids are going to have to go through the same thing that I did. And for so long, he had blamed my mother for her decisions and her actions. And I'm like, parents, I don't think, some parents are kind of crazy, but I feel like parents would never try and do anything to hurt their children, especially if they know it'll hurt their children. So that's why I never took anything personal with my mother. I was kind of like, you were in your 20s, you're kind of dumb. Everybody in their 20s, I'm dumb. I'm like, I'm in my 20s. We all make mistakes, and I feel like I've done a lot. So if anything I've done affect my children years from now or whatever, I'm going to be like, damn. Because it's weird how the world works like that. It's crazy. Um, and I just feel sometimes like, young people, they have this idea that they're invincible, they will live forever, and unfortunately, it's not true. Before there was kids being murdered and covered by mass media, they were just being murdered. And I think we should all think about our actions before we decide to start doing all kind of crazy stuff. I really want to curse. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to curse. Not safe for work type of filters. Okay. And then okay. My next topic. And I don't get this, the whole selfies thing. I'm not really big into taking selfies. Now, if anybody recognizes me, they probably see me on TV or web or some shit like that. Sorry, curse. But I'm not big on taking selfies. I'm really not. And so a few weeks ago, me and a couple of my friends decided to get a drink at this lounge, G Lounge in New York City. I'm sure some of you guys heard of it. We decided to get a drink, and we're sitting down in that little booth area near the restroom or whatever. Just kind of packed, and this group of guys came in, and for about 45 minutes, they were just consistently taking selfies. So we finally got up to leave. We're leaving, and I look back, and then they weren't taking selfies, but they didn't look happy or excited. I'm like, how is it you were faking it so much, trying to project that you were happy for the camera, but in actuality, you weren't? And my thing is, stop faking your life, okay, for Instagram. Sometimes I'll be looking at people's Instagram and it looks like a damn dream board. Like shit you wish could happen or would happen, but it's not a reality. So stop faking it. Just go out there and have fun. Put your damn cell phone down, put it on airplane mode or do not disturb, and actually have fun. Dance, listen to music, order a drink with your broke ass while you come into a bar just to take pictures. Who does that? Like, it's crazy. Live in the moment. All you people who go to concerts and look at the concert through a damn screen. I don't get it. Okay. Since I'm cursing, I couldn't get over that one. Now, the next and last subject is the whole light skin versus dark skin issue. I cannot stand when people hashtag light skin or dark skin, olive, caramel, dulce de leche, or whatever you want to call yourself. Please stop. Now, I've done this before, a few years ago, and I thought it was cute at the time, and then I looked at myself and realized that I was promoting self-hatred. And when I was a kid, I recall saying, I'm glad I'm light-skinned. And why? Don't ask me why. I don't even remember what the situation was. I just remember I was at my grandmother's house, and for some reason I was like, I'm glad I'm light-skinned. Because at that time, my mother didn't allow us to tan. She was like, if it's light, it's right. And so my grandmother, she asked me, she's like, do you not like black people? And I was like, why would you say something like that? I'm black. Well, I mean, that's a kind of like a crazy question. And, I'm thinking, of course I do. And she explained to me that to promote one thing as if it was better was literally suggesting I was racist towards darker skinned people. And I was like thinking about it, like, do I have an issue with darker skinned people? And I was like, I don't. I mean, my mom's dark skinned and my little brother is dark skinned. So I never like said, oh no, I wouldn't talk to a dark skinned person, or I don't want to be dark skinned. I mean, and actually, Alan, they got it a lot better. I was, but I was next to my younger cousin who actually happens to be dark skinned. He has this gorgeous dark skin, pure pearly white teeth, and this pretty ass hair. And I'm just like, I thought this boy was like, worked out. And I felt ashamed because I was like, I would never want my cousin or my relative to think that I did not like him or like them because of the complexion of their skin. I would never want someone to think that. And since I moved to New York, I saw like many Spanish people, even darker than me, like on the beach tanning, and I was like, "What the hell are you tanning? You're already like colored." And so then I was like, you know what? Shoot, I'm gonna start tanning. I like because I have lighter pigments. I do like blemish a lot. So there's been times I've tried bleaching. However, I'm like definitely allergic to that hydroquinone stuff or crap they put in a lot of bleaching products. So it just didn't work for me, honey. I can't get rid of the scars unless I put on an airbrush bead or it peels off or something like that. And I'm gonna have to take a call because I'm at work. One sec. Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Chelsea. Now we're at 2. I have a 2 o'clock. Yes. 1 second. Have you been here before? May I have your phone number? Mm-hmm. Okay, you're all set. Yes. Sorry about that. I mean, well, it's my job, okay? You might get some information. um, so yeah, now I like to tan. I use bronzers. I use a tanning lotion. I bronze the hell out of myself because I'm trying to get my body to be one damn complexion. Because it's like, it'll be light here or lighter there, darker on my light. It's just what it wants to do. So the lesson here is to just love yourself regardless of flaws. At the end of the day, I'd rather be entertaining. I'd rather be an entertainer or funny or whatever, or smart because my looks will eventually fade after I'm buried, of course. Because while I'm alive, this is going to have to be kept at least somewhat intact. On that note, me and Malele have to go. And you probably wonder, why do I call her Malele? Because she's Malaysian and Asian. That's a joke. Let's not take it personal. Deuces.